y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King, man. Welcome back to the session. You know, we've been kicking it, but it's time to get back to business. And the podcast has kind of been suffering because we've been doing other business, but man, I got proof for y'all today. That's what I got. So, the last podcast I did was right after DreamCon, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of forgot to even tell y'all about the trailer. Like, it was one of them situations where you be thinking about it, and then like one of them, it just slipped your mind because I was like so geeked up about it happening that now I'm to the point where, all right, y'all gotta know, and it's for me to tell y'all.
The one thing that I absolutely love about the culture is that it's still embedded in Black culture.
My geeks still rock Dunks or Jordans, and they also talk about Batman versus Superman. Batman and versus Superman is literally Brown versus Jordan.
Dragon Ball Z, that like my whole trajectory in life changed. Don't nobody talk to me, my shit is on.
We just finna experience it. It look like it's gonna be real deep.
Oh my God, this is crazy!
The elevation from where King Vader started to now the fucking lit.
Black geek culture helped me through some of the highs of my life, through some of the lows of my life. It's always been there, sort of like an undercurrent to everything that I did.
There was no term for it. It was just, this is what I'm doing.
I love us in it. I love the fact that we take things and we always make it better.
So we have the official trailer done. It's different than the Patreon trailer that the Geekset guys got on their Patreon. And man, shout out to y'all too though, because that'd be the thing. I am not like proactive when it comes to stuff like that. Like I need to get back on it. I really do need to be more on setting up these pages because like I don't have Instagram page, I don't have a Facebook page for the King Media Group. But I got the YouTube page, and, it's working. And don't forget, follow me on Twitch, y'all. Kingpin, I think it's 0023. I gotta get my Twitch followers up. I gotta get these YouTube followers up. My Instagram followers, I need y'all to go follow me there too. MPN414. Like, it's so many platforms that I'm on that I feel like I'm giving great content, but I'm just not promoting really well that is out there. So from this point on, we're gonna do that. We're definitely going to promote, what's going on. Go follow me on Twitch. Right now, I'm actually in between about 2 or 3 games. So, a little 2K, a little Starfield, a little Grand Theft. Quite entertaining. But I'm going to go ahead and start doing more all-day Twitch. As soon as I can get my situation set up with them, I'm going to start doing it from the shop. So, you'll see this background on my Twitch pretty soon. As of right now, it's just pretty much me at the crib getting it in. So if you want to catch me in the lair, go check me out on Twitch. So back to this topic, we're going to talk about a few things today. One thing is, I've actually got blessed. I have a separate channel that I'm about to put together. It's not going to be a separate channel, I'm sorry. It's going to be a totally different show that I'm about to put together. It's going to be covering sports, kind of covering, different topics throughout the sports world. But it's going to align myself because I'm really looking to be, a correspondent for another show. And the other show is powered by Geekset. So be on the lookout for it. It's brand new. I think 1 episode in, but y'all will see it pretty soon. And I'll be sharing the link in the description, most likely with this podcast, or it'll be on the channel. It'll be on my Facebook page for sure. I'm going to see if I can throw it out there on the Instagram page, but I got a lot of links up right now. So I'm going to get me a link tree. Look, I'm growing. I'm getting a link tree. I'm out here like an OnlyFans man. But at this point, we're just staying busy. We're staying busy. We're working. You're just doing it. You know what I mean? We're getting involved and putting together a lot of content. So shout out to the Geekset crew. You know what I'm saying? We're finally getting kind of things, really organized and putting things together as a team. So, it's going to be a bright 2024 because 2023 was a crazy one. But again, follow me on Instagram, MJPen414. Amazing content being put out there. So, how was it putting out the trailer? It was actually surreal. It was actually really surreal because I'm gonna tell you like this. I never really expect myself when I began this journey of operating the camera to really get to that point where my footage was going to be on the screen. It was more or less, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, maybe photography, get some photos out there. And it's really, that was my love for the lens. Like I wanted to be more photography than it was video. The video just kind of came to fruition. Like it just kind of automatically fell into place dealing with podcasting. And it's really fun. It's really fun. I'm not no negatives, no hating, everything. Even that I feel like, oh, I can't believe this happened. It was a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? So, in the midst of doing the 17-hour drive down to Austin when we went to DreamCon, we didn't have the trailer. It was one of those things. Like we have been waiting on the trailer for a little bit. The homie, shout out to the homie Champ. He shoots Hollywood movies. We're not talking about, oh, this man is doing school projects. He lives in LA. He works in Hollywood. This is a side project for him that he's doing for the love of the culture. And, it's just like all the rest of us. All the rest of us are putting our money into it to do this, to make this a great thing. And he delivered. He gave a dope trailer. So, like I said, I was surprised. I was taken aback. And I was, happy. I'm still happy. Like, it's still something that I'm bragging about to people all the time. Like, they ask me, what you been up to? Let me pull it up on YouTube and show you. let me give y'all a little bit of taste of what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? So, the trailer is out now. It is amazing. It's crazy because now I can't wait to see the documentary. Even though I'm the one behind the lens that has kind of been doing a lot of it, it's been crazy. Like I am happy that we had this opportunity. Let me check this off. I know y'all gonna be mad. This ain't nothing but notifications from my Instagram too, because my Instagram been cracking lately. All right, y'all gotta check me out. But that's neither here nor there. What else can I say about that? You know what? Let's just move off of that because I'm throwing the trailer in the video. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna check the trailer out. So now, what are we working on now? Like I said, I'm working on the sports situation because there's just so many topics that have kind of been happening where I feel like even in the barbershop realm, we've just had to touch bases so much. And it's like between current events, between the controversies, between players, injuries and moving and, all this stuff, somebody has to cover it. So my first topic that I guarantee I'm touching on that everybody else already heard, you already know what's going on. Dame Lillard has hit my town. Dame Lillard has been brought to Milwaukee. Unfortunately, we had to trade Drew Holiday, which I really wasn't looking forward to. I kind of felt like we could have moved with just moving Grayson Allen. We could have moved with just moving a couple other players, and we'd have had a great team still. But it happened. It is what it is, and we actually have to deal with it. Like, even right now, right? I'm watching the game. You can't see it. It's off to the side. They got the tournament going on. Milwaukee's playing New York. And we're up right now. But it's so sketchy because we don't have that defensive presence in which we used to have with Drew Holiday to stop these guards, quick guards, these, getting money. And I feel like that's going to be the issue for the rest of the season. How are we going to be able to stay defensively tough, barring any injuries, barring any, anything? Like, a lot of people are coming up in the league. You know what I mean? You got a lot of guards, a lot of big men who are bringing a new style of game. The Victor Wembanyama's, the Brunsons, Emmanuel Quickly's. It's so many. It's so many. You know what I mean? Like, the reality is defense is going to win a championship this year. And it all depends on who has the best chemistry. So, with that being said, I hope the Bucks can get their chemistry together. But the Dame Dollar, trade was pretty dope until I found out he was divorcing his wife. Because, like, I've been through that. And the divorce situation always sounds fun. Or, oh, yeah, it's no problem. You know what I mean? He got freedom. He can get this. Until you got to split that money up. Until you got to separate those kids. Until you got to share those properties. Until you got to change your lifestyle. So I'm hoping that doesn't affect too hard. I hope he, God willing, that they separate amicably and, they can get things done and be adults. But if they can't, hey, fix your shit, yo. Fix your shit. And, excuse me, it is one of them things where I feel like they've been together so long, but they were only married for a couple of years, that it shouldn't take that much. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be so hard pressed, but it will be because they've been together so long. So, let's just pray for the brother. You know what I mean? Further topic, and it's not even really NBA, but it's NBA player. Dwight Howard. Look, man, I'm not going to get all into it because I'm sure if you haven't heard, Dwight Howard is allegedly in court being sued by a young man who he met on Instagram, who they were supposed to hook up, have a little night, little party, little intimacy, and it went left. It just went far left. There was a third party brought into the play. You know what I mean? A man dressed as a woman named Kitty, who I guess, wasn't invited necessarily, but then Dwight's saying he was, or they were, and it's it's a back and forth right now, but it's in court. And my opinion on it is, this is the reason why Dwight Howard is not in the league. It's not that he doesn't have the capabilities or the talent to play in the league. It's the fact that you were hiding a lifestyle that could be detrimental to a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know people are saying, well, it's his business. It's his business. It is his business. But as a person who has been in situations where an organization has the rights over you, you're their business. Your personal life, your credit, your finances, everything that could harm you or could come back to haunt them, you got to be forthcoming and you got to be honest about it. Now, I'm not saying he has to tell the world about it, but this happened right after they won a championship with the Lakers. You know what I mean? It occurred 2021. They won a championship 2020. What do you think that means, bro? That means you celebrated that summer tough. You were out here just wilding. You got kids, you know what I'm saying? You have probably had significant others. I don't really think nobody wanted that mess. And this is what it's turning into. Just a big mess. Because you're still a young guy. You know what I mean? You said, like, we need vets in the league. We need vets. And you can't participate. Now, I'm not saying every big man or every person in the league, this is their problem. But let's be realistic. Like Boogie Cousins, what's his problem? There's got to be something. You know what I mean? Like the Kemba Walkers, who it took a while for, I don't even know if he's in the league. I think he's overseas. What's his problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying everybody has a problem, but because you did this is how people should look at these other athletes. Like, is it just their skills not, meeting the grade, or do they have off the court issues that are just causing havoc that teams don't want to deal with? And that's something that I feel like the league is going to have to start looking into, man. Like, not saying that people got to stay off social media or people got to find different ways of getting around, their sexual urges or partying or whatever. Like, because that should never be a case. You should be able, once you clock out or once you go home, you're free. You should do whatever you want, mind your business, do you. But it shouldn't lead to law. It shouldn't lead to the courtroom. And that's just my opinion on Dwight. Like, I pray he, succeeds in this. This doesn't go farther than what it is, and we could just all move on from it. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares about him being gay. Nobody cares about if he just likes to have fun, whatever. The rest of the world is already on the same thing. So it's just not 1999. We are 2023, heading into 2024. That's just a topic we just don't need to be covering. Also in sports, which is crazy because it's still not current, but it's still NBA. Michael Jordan's son. Him and, what's her name? Larsa Pippen, right? Now I'm going to keep it real with you, Chief. My opinion is that this is the sickest thing I've ever seen. Because Larsa Pippen was with Scottie through the years they were together. She's 48. He's 32. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that because I also feel you knew him as a child. You knew him as a child. You knew him as a teen. You knew him as a young adult. And you were doing your dirt essentially, with him seeing it all as a young man, and now, y'all talking about getting married. That's just gross, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you don't deserve to find love, but you should also take into consideration how she moved with Scotty is probably how she'll move with you. So be careful, brother. Like I'm sure he will. He probably won't ever see this, but to just be fair, that's gross. Like family, friends, homies. To me, it's just like somebody baby mama. You don't smash the homie baby mom. You don't smash the homie's moms. You don't smash the homie's sister, aunties, none of that. Now, if she says to you, if this is a sister, maybe. You know what I mean? If y'all like really close and he's like, yo, I don't mind. She needs love. You're a good dude. Whatever. But if you a dog, you a dog. And in this case, she a dog. She a whole dog. And she might not do him right. So be careful, brother. You know what I'm saying? Be careful. Because the older women can really be controlling. They can really be set in their ways. And if she will leave Scottie Pippen, who was multiple All-Star, multiple champion, Hall of Famer, for a romp in the sack with Future, trust and believe she'll leave you, bro. For anybody who would just, who got that vibe and willing to go for it. And she's not ugly. She's surgery, but she ain't super ugly. So that's my thing. Like, I would be careful of that. All right, so off of sports, I feel like now, you know what I mean, we can get back more into the podcast realm of, just what's been going on. So, like, I am moving further more into comedy, into, making sense. Because I feel like the dream kind of started when I went to San Diego and we went to the open mic night at the comedy shop there. Because, like, the one thing about it is, like, me and my wife love going to comedy clubs. We love going to, like, shows, period. But the comedy thing kind of bit me when I went to the open mic and I saw people bombing, right? I mean, bombing left and right. But it made me kind of realize, like, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? I could really do this. So, in my experience, I've learned that for comedy, it's more important for you to have a set, a decent set. And for me, I looked at it like this. The average starting comedian probably gets 5 minutes, right? And in those 5 minutes, I'm not going to try to spend that time talking about me or introducing myself. I need to have jokes to get some laughs going right away. So I feel like having 10 solid minutes of jokes would be safe. You know what I mean? Because in that way, I know if I ever get the opportunity where it's an open mic night and they're like, yo, we need somebody to come up here, sign up, whatever, I can feel confident that I'll go up there and these will get off. So I'm keeping this in my bag, right? I'm keeping these jokes in my bag. And I'm not giving them out here either because I don't want to, I'm taking the lessons from the Kevin Harts and Dave Chappelle's of the world. The material going to stay in the head, stay in the book, and until I get an opportunity to put it out there. But I'm going to definitely practice it. I'm going to definitely do some, focus groups style jokes. But at the end of the day, that's the new plan. The plan is to have that. Like, it's not necessarily going to be a career move or nothing like that, but it's like a bucket list thing. So the next time I have an opportunity, I'm going for it. But the way that I'm practicing and the way that I'm, sharpening my tools is through voiceovers, is through Instagram videos. And it's kind of been working out. I'm starting to find my niche. So like I said, man, if you really listening, if you're listening and you feel, hey, I'm trying to see what this dude's talking about, go to the Instagram, check out a few of the videos that I've been doing lately, and just let me know. Put it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you got a laugh out of it, first of all, because that's the key. It's really not necessarily something where I'm like, I'm doing this because I see people getting rich off comedy and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it's a way to bring it. It's a way to bring it. So that's my thing. Go check me out, MJPen414, and just, tell me what you think. But yeah, it's been dope. You know what I'm saying? It's been real dope. It's been funny. You know what I mean? Like not like cringe funny, not like oh I'm making fun of people funny, but like haha actual fucking funny. Like I said, man, put out these old videos and notifications been going crazy. So from this point on, I think I think I've gotten comfortable. I think I've broken out of my shell. Like I feel like I've told y'all before, in recent, I mean not recent podcast, but in like older podcasts, it takes a lot to break out of your shell. When you have been a certain way and you've been programmed a certain way your whole life, it takes a lot for you to go, you know what? I'm going to say what I feel like I need to say. I'm going to do what I feel like I want to do. Because you always feel judged. You always feel like somebody's going to watch it and be like, man, that's not you. What are you doing? You know, all that stuff. But it is you. And a lot of times what you've actually portrayed to people for years really ain't you. And that's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It's just not it. Like, Lori's Pippin or Liars of Pippin. For years, you probably wanted a young guy, you know, and it wasn't you. And now you finally got an opportunity to do it. It just looks bad because you're doing it anyway. And, you know, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want people to be looking at me and I'm 60 and I'm like, oh, now I'm trying to do a little comedy. Oh, no, I'm making jokes. You ain't that funny when you're 60, bro. Unless you've been funny when you were 30. And while I'm still in my 30s, I definitely want to let people know I'm a little funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got some jokes. But you also need support. So the support has to come from somewhere. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Growing the support, growing my crowd, growing the fan base. And if it has to start with, you know, people paying attention to the podcast, people paying attention to just social media and as a whole, and, you know, with our travels and everything that I'm doing, so be it. But at this point, that's the key. You know what I'm saying? Showing my authentic self, being confident in showing your authentic self. Because just like the music, just like, you know, the filming, the photography, the anime, you know, reviews, the movie reviews, all of those are my authentic selves when I do those confidently. But I do it because it's natural. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a script. I don't have a whiteboard here telling me, yo, this is the topics, this is this. This is me. You know what I mean? And I'm comfortable doing it. So that's how I want to do the comedy. That's how I want to do everything. And, you know, I hope people follow me through it. But, meh, if you don't, you don't. I'm still going to make people laugh. You know what I mean? I'm still going to do what I do. But, whatever. So, yeah. That's going to be this, that's probably going to be this topic. I mean, this episode. Because my intent was to give you guys a smooth hour. But my Bucks are playing. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm probably going to be more frequent, though. Because I was trying to do like once a month, you know, whatever. But we're done shooting for now. We got to make moves to go out of town. And then we got to do some, you know, online things. But I don't really see myself having to go to a convention like in the next few months. So I should be able to produce a lot more. And it's wintertime. Everybody knows. Everybody's more in the house. Everybody's more, you know, able to, you know, meet demands as far as sitting here in the camera at night. And it's not like, oh, I got to go somewhere. I got to meet up with the family and do this. So you'll get more episodes. But as of now, we're going to wrap up this episode. Because, let me see. Where are we at? Which episode is this? Episode 36. Yeah, episode 36. That's crazy. Do y'all know I started this 3 years ago? And it's gotten this far. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like I should be at like 100. But it's just me. And if you look at all the other videos, like, not including just the sessions, got a lot of content out here. So, you know what I'm saying? I got to give myself something. Which one is it? Shout out to myself for that. You know what I mean? But anywho. There we go. Anywho, that's it, y'all. I'll let y'all next time.